Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amanda and today we're going to be chatting through all the books I hope to read in the month of October. October is definitely my favorite month for a number of reasons. First of all, it's spooky season, my favorite season. It's also my birthday month, which is exciting. And it's also the next round of Word Search TBR for the months of October, November, and December. And for bonus, we also have the Spookoplathon going on, which is new because usually Becca hosts the Spookoplathon in September, but due to time things, it's going to be happening in October, which I'm so excited about. And it's all spooky themed. Like, this is my dream readathon, like a spooky Spookoplathon. I'm so here for it. So I will be playing 2 TBR games today. I will be playing my Word Search TBR and Becca's Spookoplathon. So we're going to start off with Word Search TBR because I kind of would like to see what that's going to hit me with before we dive into the Spookoplathon TBR. And for Spookoplathon, I am going to do the standard, I believe it's 5 rolls, and I'm going to build my TBR now rather than do the mood reading route just because that works better for me and I can just kind of have an idea now of what my TBR is going to look like. So yeah, let's play Word Search TBR first and we'll see what it does. Hopefully it's kind to me. Really quick before we get into the October round, I do want to go over Word Search TBR for the previous quarter, which was for July through September. So I am filming this like mid-September, but I just saw Becca's Spookoplathon today and I could not help but start making my TBR now because I'm so excited. So I will have my Word Search TBR done by the end of September, but it's not done as of filming this, but it will be, I promise. So the prompts that I had for the quarter was Match, which was Silvered Serpents, which I read, Cards, which was Suns Will Rise, which I'm currently reading and will have finished. Next was Least, which was Edge of Being, which I DNF'd, and Owned was River Enchanted, which I read, and Winter, Moon of the Crested Snow, which I have also read. And I do have Pull on here, which I believe was Lightbringer, which I have also read. So all the prompts have been read. I successfully completed my 3rd quarter Word Search TBR. So we are now entering the final quarter of Word Search TBR for the year, which is crazy. So the prompts that we have for this round is Mixed, Short, Fantasy, Physical, Randomize, Parent, Color, Combine, Game, Hype, Discomfort, Alone, Spooky, Veteran, and Number. So those are the words that I'm trying to find and hopefully I can find a ton of them. I will also be setting a timer for, I don't know what I did last time. I think I did 2 minutes. Maybe I did 3 again. I don't know. I think we're going to stick with 3 because 2, I just feel like I'm a little pressed for time, but 3 minutes is perfect. So I will set a timer for 3 minutes and let's get into the gameplay. I'm so surprised. I found all but 2 prompts, so I only have 2 books to read for Word Search TBR between October through December, which is amazing. So the 2 prompts that I did not find was Short, so read a short book, and Number, which on my list of prompts says do a random number generator and get as close as possible to the page count. So that could really be anything. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these 2 books now and then we'll play Spookoplathon just to kind of get them done and kind of see what my TBR is looking like. So let me pull up a random number generator and I'm gonna put the minimum page number at 300 because I don't think I have any books shorter than that. And I'm gonna put the max, like what should my max be? I'm gonna be living on the edge. I'm gonna put it at 900. The longest book I own is like 1200 pages. I don't want to tackle that, so we're gonna do that. And let me screen record real quick. Okay, let's generate. Are you kidding me? 883 pages. You've got to be kidding me. I should not have put it so high. Oh no. Okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. So let me go to my to read pile. And I have all my unread books on Storygraph on my to be read pile. So I'm gonna filter the list by 500 plus pages, and then I'll kind of go through and I'm gonna find a book that is the closest to 883. Oh my gosh, you guys. The closest book I could find to 883 is at 886 pages is Zodiac Academy Book 5, which is Cursed Fates. So I have been meaning to continue with this series, so I guess this is my sign to do so. I have been really enjoying this trash fire time. It's been a great read. It's just like a fun time. So I'm glad to be continuing with this series, and thankfully I have 3 months to read this book. I don't have to read it in October, but I can if I want to. So we're putting this officially on the TBR. And for a short book, I'm going to do the opposite filter, which is a book that is less than 300 pages. So I'm going to scroll through my Storygraph to be read pile and we'll see what I come up with. So it looks like the shortest book I own is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which I am really looking forward to reading. This sounds like such a cozy but like heartbreaking story, and there's like an entire series, and I almost bought the entire series last time I was at Barnes & Noble, but I restrained myself and only bought this one because I really want to read it and see if I would enjoy it. So I think I'm gonna put this on the TBR. So I guess these are the only 2 books I'm reading for Word Search TBR, which I was not expecting to have found so many prompts, but I guess I'm just on my A game today. So these are the 2 books that I have to read for the next quarter and final quarter of 2023, which I really love that this TBR is so small because there's so many video things that I kind of want to do, and I don't need a huge Word Search TBR. Okay, now let's get into playing Spookoplathon. I'm so hyped. So I think I'm gonna set up my phone to film and we'll get into it. I'm hyped. Alrighty, we're gonna be doing a little handheld filming because my tripod is currently being occupied by my camera and I don't have any others. So hopefully this isn't too shaky, but let's play Becca Spookoplathon. So I will be playing 5 turns and I have my 2 dice. So let's play, and here's my little counter. We're starting on go, so let's see how it goes. All right, we have 9. All right, purple. So I landed on purple first. So it says to read a book with mostly purple cover. So let me scour my shelves and see what I can find. I totally forgot I had this book, which is Ink Blood Sister Scribe, which is completely purple. So I don't know too much about this. I mainly bought it because I heard it was a book about a book, which I absolutely love. So it says on the top flap, it says, in the spellbinding debut novel, 2 estranged half-sisters tasked with guarding their family's library of magical books must work together to unravel a deadly secret at the heart of their collection. A tale of familial loyalty and betrayal in the pursuit of magic and power. It sounds so good, and this cover is like completely purple, so it's perfect for the prompt. Alrighty, next roll. So sorry we have to do this handheld, but okay, we got 6. Okay, we landed on, are we out of the woods yet? So for that prompt, it says to read a book set in the woods or forest or a rural country isolated location, or a book with trees on the cover. So again, let me scour the shelves and I'll find a book. I found a book that will actually tackle 2 different things, which is perfect, and that is Juniper and Thorn. So this does have trees on the cover. As you can see, there's like one main tree on it, which is perfect. And this will also fulfill the prompt of reading a book with a map for the Adventure in Aldea quest that I'm still working on for Magical Readathon. That is a year-long quest, so I'm going to be working on it for the rest of the year, but it also fulfills that. So it does have a map at the beginning, which is perfect. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. It's quite short and I've heard it's a pretty dark read, which is perfect for like this spookier season. Don't know too much about it. I will find out as I go, but perfect. Alrighty, roll number 3. Okay, we got, hold on, I gotta count, 8. Right, we landed on Crows and Ravens. So for this prompt, it says to read a book that features a bird on the cover or has a type of bird in the title. So I'm loving all the spooky prompts. This is so much fun. I have chosen a book that I don't actually own yet, but it is coming out in early October and I do plan on reading it in October. And that is Starling House, which I am so hyped to read. So this actually hits both. It has birds on the cover and it has bird in the title because a starling is the type of bird. So that is really cool. I am so hyped to read this. I know it's like gothic and it's by one of my absolute favorite authors, Alexi Haro. I just am obsessed with everything I've read from her, so excited to read this, and it's perfect. Alrighty, roll number 4. We rolled 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, candy corn. So candy corn says to read a book that's like all vibes, no stakes, maybe like a romance or something. I'm going to put From Bad to Cursed by Lena Harper for this because this is a spooky romance. I'm currently reading the first one and absolutely obsessed, and I think I want to borrow the second one from the library because I'm so obsessed with this series and I kind of just want to binge them. So this is a witchy romance series and I'm just loving it, and my library does own the whole series, so I think I'm gonna check that out and I'm so excited to read it. Alrighty, roll number 5. Hopefully the last roll if we don't roll a doubles, which I bet I just jinxed it. I totally did. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're doing another roll. So we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We landed on, I can't even read that. I think it says Jigsaw. So the prompt I landed on was Jigsaw, which is to read a book that features a game, a trial, or a tournament. I just checked the books that I want to read in October, my list that I have ongoing, and for the Literally Dead book club, they're reading The Family Game, which I do want to start participating in that book club more, so this does feature a game of some sort, and it sounds really interesting, and it's a quick little thriller, I'm assuming. Don't know too much about it, but I'm pretty sure it has a game element. I think Lala mentioned that in a video recently, so I'll be checking that one out from the library, and I look forward to reading it. Hopefully last roll. Let's hope I don't jinx myself again. Phew, I didn't. Okay, so we have 11. 11. Okay, we landed on Community Shelf. So I wrote a ton of little things on here, so let's just grab one. Beautiful cover. So for the last roll, I got Community Shelf and drew the card Beautiful Cover. So I love this prompt because it literally means I could read anything as long as I think it has like a beautiful cover. So for beautiful cover, I'm gonna go with The Seep, which I love, like all the flowers and all these hands. It's very interesting, and I love covers with flowers on it. So this is a short little book, and I believe it has like some horror elements. It says it's a blend of searing social commentary and speculative fiction. It's a fresh, pointed debut, explores a strange new world in the wake of a benign alien invasion. So I believe this is kind of horrific, which I'm kind of in the mood for, seeing that it's October, or will be. So this is my TBR for October from Search TBR and Becca's Spookoplathon, plus the Family Game, Starling House, and that romance From Bad to Cursed, I believe it is. So really a good looking TBR, and really these other 2 books, I don't even need to read these. I really just need to read these in October, which is amazing. And I do have a few other little video things planned, so I do want to make a anticipated releases video in October, reading 3 horror books that are coming out. So I will be filming that and making that video in October, and hopefully it'll come out during that time. We'll just see how quick I can turn around the video. I also want to try to read at least a Kindle Unlimited book every single month. I've been challenging myself to do so to kind of make my subscription worth keeping. For October, I really want to read My Heart is a Chainsaw because it's like the only horror book on there that I'm really interested in. So I don't know too much about this one. I believe it has something to do with like horror movies, and I'm really interested in it because the author of this book has written a really good horror book that I loved, which is the Only Good Indians. I loved that. So I really want to read this one, test it out, and I think it'll be a good spooky time. And for book clubs, my new book club, The Literary Coven, is currently polling for what book we're going to be reading in October, so we haven't fully decided on what that book will be. By the time you see this video, we will have decided, so I will either pop in a picture of what book we're going to be reading or let you know down below in the comments or something, because I don't know yet. We're still voting, and the vote just keeps getting more and more interesting as to what's going to win. So no clue what's going to win, but it'll be a good time regardless. And then for my in-person book club, it is my turn to pick for October, which I'm so hyped about because it's my favorite month, favorite season, and I get to pick our book. So I've been debating on what I want to pick, and I think I've decided on How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, because we've read a few of his books for book club before, and it's always been really interesting to hear what people have thought about it, because people have loved them or hated his books. So I think it'd be fun to pick his newest release, and nobody from book club has read it yet, so I think it'll be a perfect pick, and I look forward to reading it. So those are kind of my October plans, so I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I would like to read some other things, maybe. I mean, I feel like this is a pretty good TBR. I feel like it's not overwhelming. I really only have to read 7 books for October for my book club and Spookoplathon, which is great. That's super doable. So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I had so much fun making this TBR, and I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye!